Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. It is the final week of the regular season in year one of the Franchise Stars Football League, and a huge rivalry matchup with huge implications. We come to you from Washington, D.C., where the Dallas Cowboys visit the Washington Redskins, both teams at 8-8. But in the mediocre NFC, both in the playoff picture. Loser here goes home. The winner stays alive with an opportunity based on other results to still make the postseason. Washington sitting pretty, riding a 4-game win streak into their bye week in Week 14. But the season's final bye week took them down, just as it did the Raiders, neither of whom have won a game since. Now, Washington, who sit in a favorable playoff tiebreaker position with a strong 7-4 conference record, get their hated rivals at home, knowing a win likely gets them into the playoffs as the NFC's biggest surprise in year one. The Cowboys were left for dead after a 3-game losing streak, including a loss to these Redskins in Week 12. That looked to sink their season, but they've won 3 of 4, starting with the takedown of the division champ Eagles. And Dallas has taken advantage of that mediocre NFC to get themselves to this one. They'll still need help, but it's doable. There you see Jason Campbell. Campbell, a terrific first half to this season, and his overall numbers still solid. 25 touchdowns, 13 interceptions for Campbell. He was in the top 10 QBs in the league in terms of quarterback rating for much of the season. He's fallen out of that now, but he will try to get things going here and try to right his ship. He's been a bit ineffective the past few weeks. They've leaned heavily on this man, John Riggins. Riggins picks up 5 on the opening carry of the game. First down for Washington. Riggo a little bit slow getting up, but it's going to take an awful lot to get John Riggins out of a game with this kind of importance. 2nd and 5 in George Allen's offense. Riggins is gobbled up by Bob Lilly. Dragged to the ground. No pickup there. It'll be 3rd and 5. This is a very run-heavy offense. They've protected Campbell. Campbell threw the ball a bit more than expected earlier on in the season, but as he started to come down to earth a little bit, the running game has become more of a factor. Campbell does find Cooley there. Chris Cooley, pickup of 6, finds the marker for the first down. It's 1st and 10 for Washington as they move the sticks. Handoff, Riggins tries to go up the middle, evades one tackler, doesn't get too much there. He'll pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. George Andre on the stop for Dallas. Campbell drops back to throw. Short complete. Breaks away out across midfield. He's going to call him down at the midfield line. Bobby Mitchell, his first catch of the game. He's had a fine year. He picks up 17 on this one. Beats his man there for the stop. Terrence Newman has had a bit of a coverage problem in several broadcasts we've done this year. Keep an eye on that one. 1st and 10. Pair of first downs for Washington here on this opening drive. They're going to get another one there. Riggins, a good gain down inside the Dallas 40 to the 39. So John Riggins fights his way through. Good hole opened up here by the Redskins line. D.D. Lewis with the stop there for Dallas. Handoff there. Arroway gets his first carry of the game. He'll pick up a couple. With a fullback draw there. Brings up 2nd and 8. Campbell drops. Stands in, looks, dumps it to Riggins out of the backfield. He's grabbed by Chuck Howley right after the catch. Brought down, picks up 4. It's 3rd and 5. Big 3rd down here. Campbell, pressure up the middle, and the Cowboys are going to get to him. Brady James and Too Tall Jones get to Jason Campbell up the middle for the sack, and that's going to push them back out of field goal range. Dustin Hopkins can probably reach from 56, but you're not going to take that chance this early in the game of giving the Cowboys good field position. Punt goes out of bounds at the 14, and Roger Staubach and this Cowboys offense will get to work. Dallas's offense took a long time to click this season, but they've gotten better here during this recent win streak. Staubach, 22 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Most of those interceptions were in the first half of the season. But the big thing for Dallas is that they've gotten Emmitt Smith going. Smith was not great in the first half of the season, but he gets this one 12 yards out across the 25 to the 26, one carry, and it's a first down for Dallas. Two tight ends set here for Tom Landry's Cowboys. Play action. Staubach rolls right, senses things collapsing around him. He drops it off. The Jay Novacek there picks up 6 out to the 31. It'll be 2nd and 4. Handoff there, and once again a gaping hole, and Emmitt Smith is off into Washington territory, brought down at the 42 carries, 40 yards for Emmitt Smith to open this one up for Dallas, and that's what they've needed. Dallas has had some offensive line injuries on and off throughout this season. They are healthy now, and Emmitt Smith has certainly benefited from that. Larry Allen missed some time. Mark Stepnoski missed some time. It's another handoff to Emmitt. They're going to keep on feeding him down inside the 35. They do have DeMarco Murray and Ezekiel Elliott, each of whom will get some carries. Smith actually checks out here on 2nd and 3. I believe that's Murray in the backfield now. 2nd and 3. It's a play action. Staubach gonna get hit. He holds on. Brought down by Daniels. So the Cowboys got a sack on Washington's opening drive. Washington returns the favor here. Staubach wisely tucks that ball away before the hit. 3rd and 9 from the 39. Staubach standing. Now he's rolling right. Pressure from the weak side, and Staubach's going to throw it away. Incomplete, and the Cowboys will have to punt. Same situation. Drive stalls at the 39. John Jett angles the punt. Out of bounds at the 13. So fairly mirror images of the opening drives for either team. There you see the NFC playoff picture. It is a convoluted one, to say the least, particularly if Dallas wins this one. Washington holds a bit of more of a favorable tiebreaker scenario with those teams in the NFC South, all 4 of whom currently sit in playoff position. But much of that could change. You have a whole logjam of teams with 8 and 9 wins. Riggins tries to go outside here. He's brought down. D.D. Lewis with the stop. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 19. Pressure coming. Chuck Howley, and nobody picks him up. So the Cowboys have got 2 first-quarter sacks here of Washington. Chuck Howley blitzes up the middle, and Campbell a little bit slow to get rid of it, and Howley throws him down with authority. So another big sack there for the Cowboys. Both have come at big times on 3rd downs. And the punting unit will come on. Punt taken on one side of the field. Brought back to the Washington side of the field by Kelvin Martin. There you see Emmitt Smith a week ago. 23 carries, 145 yards, and a pair of scores in the win over the Lions. 1st and 10, I formation for Dallas. And off at Smith. Tries to evade the tackle, but that's a nice one. Smith put a good move on there. I'm not sure who brought him down there. Neil Olkowitz gets credit for the tackle, and that's a nice tackle by Olkowitz. To hang with Smith there, put a little juke on him. He's able to get a hold and drag him down. 2nd and 9. Pass there, complete. Down inside the 35. Staubach hits Schultz for 12. First and 10, Chris Hanburger, who had a terrific game for Washington in the loss against the 49ers a week ago. Staubach stands in, swings it out of the backfield. It's complete. Emmitt gets stood up. They're going to get some help. Good job there in the open field on the tackle. He picks up 4, but can't get anything more than that. Landry with the stop. 2nd and 6. And there's a flag down on the play. Believe the Cowboys moved. And they did. And that's the kind of thing that's going to drive Tom Landry crazy on the Cowboys sideline. He whistled for that one. 2nd and 11 from the 33. Minute 22 left here in the opening quarter. It zipped by pretty quickly. Short pass there. Schultz makes the catch. Not too much doing, though. It'll be 3rd and 11. Staubach goes into the shotgun. 3 wide receivers up top, tightly packed. Staubach stands in, rolls right. Now he throws back, crosses by left corner just before the end zone, and he hits Novacek. That similar play happened earlier, but it was short. This time, Novacek stretches it out. Staubach rolls right, looks left, and hits Novacek, who looks like makes the catch here. 1 down, 2 down. He absolutely did. Good toe tapping there from Novacek. 1st and goal for the Cowboys from the Washington 1. Smith alone setback. Play action, rolls out, perfectly executed by the Cowboys. Staubach hits Bjornson, and the Cowboys strike first. 1-yard pass on a perfect play action rollout from Roger Staubach to Eric Bjornson. And the Cowboys are on the board. 6-0 here, pending the extra point from Chris Boniel. Eight seconds left in the opening quarter. Extra point is up and good. 6 plays, 50 yards, and 3:15 for Dallas. Boniel with the kick. Fielded at the 4. Out across the 20. Ricky Harris, who had a kickoff return for a touchdown in that 49ers game last week, brought down at the 20. Here's Riggins. Riggins, good hill, stop and start. Hesitation there. And gets himself a 1st down. Nice carry for Riggins. 7 for 38 for Riggo in the opening quarter. Showing a little bit more movement than bulldozing there on that one. First quarter comes to a close. 7-0 Dallas. The fact that I can't put, forget not like looking much like him, but the fact that I can't put the Dallas Cowboys coach, who's supposed to be Tom Landry, in a suit probably annoys me more than it should. Hand off to Riggins. Picks up 4 out to the 38. Howley on the stop. I will not be shocked if John Riggins gets to 30 carries in this game. They give it to him again. George Allen's offense again is going to be run heavy. You have Michael Thomas back there as well, though. I want to spell Riggins a little bit, but Riggins is going to demand the ball. 3rd and 4, they're going to give it to him anyway. Tries to get to the outside, and he's stopped. So Lewis with the stop there. And that just did not open up. So 4th and 4, Redskins will punt. Now the Cowboys with an opportunity. Trying to make this a 2-score game. Kelvin Martin calls for the fair catch back at the 17. Emmitt Smith went 12 yards and 29 yards on his first 2 carries of the game. Staubach stands in, fires, and incomplete. Lance Rensel had it, and he took a shot. And that was Ken Harvey on the hit. Rensel can't hold on. It's 2nd and 10. Play action. Staubach goes down the right-hand side. Incomplete. Trying to go down the field. Fisher in coverage. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 10. Staubach stands in. Deep ball. This one down the left-hand side. He's got a man. It's complete. Michael Irvin pulls it down. Deep ball from Staubach at the Washington 19-yard line. Staubach stands in with the pressure around him and airs this one out. And Michael Irvin goes up and gets it. Big play for Dallas. 64 yards from Staubach to Irvin. Barry Wilburn gets beat on that one. Handoff Smith. Hesitation. Gets through the gap. Down inside the 10, down to the 5. And Dallas is feeling it right now. Washington has to do something to curb the momentum. At this point, even limiting Dallas to the field goal here, coming up with a good defensive stand. 1st and goal would go a long way to that, but they've got to do something. Staubach stands in. Roger's going to take it himself and run it in. Touchdown, Staubach. Roger the Dodger takes it up the middle himself. 5-yard run for Staubach, and the Cowboys have taken control early here in Washington. It's a must-win game for both these teams to keep their playoff hopes alive. Again, regardless of what happens here, it would depend on other games, particularly those 2 NFC South matchups. The Falcons and the Saints, the Buccaneers and the Panthers. 5 plays, 84 yards, and 137. Staubach to Irvin for 64 yards, sets up the scoring drive. And it's 14-0 Cowboys. Harris jukes one tackler, gets out past the 25 to the 27. So now we're going to have to see if George Allen is going to try to open things up a little bit. It's been very conservative, particularly on that last drive you saw, that 3rd and 4 run to Riggins. It's kind of a situation you've got to throw the ball, I think. Hand off there, and of course, as we say that, Riggins pulls his way up the middle. Good blocking there. Hole is open. He gets to the 2nd level before anybody even gets a hand on him. And Riggins is out to the 42 for a 1st down for Washington. Give to Riggins again. Looking for an opening. Tries to get to the outside. Shakes off a couple of tacklers, but Howley is able to bring him down. It's a pickup of 3. Cornell Green in on the stop as well. 2nd and 7, inside 10 minutes left in the first half. Once again, it's Riggins. 13 carries already for John Riggins. Charlie Waters on the stop. Riggins does check out here. Thomas in the backfield on 3rd and 3. Play action. And this time Campbell's going to roll right into the pressure. George Andre gets him. Cowboys get their 3rd sack of the half. So they go for the pass. Andre gets through untouched. Campbell rolls right into him. As I said, he was blocked, but he disengaged. He read the rollout well. He was kind of being steered wide, and Campbell ended up rolling right towards him. So Washington will have to punt again. Martin takes it right around the 15 out to about the 20. I'll spot it at the 21. Good coverage there. So now the Cowboys have an opportunity to drop a hammer here on Washington. Make this a 3-score game. Washington clearly leaning heavily. That's a bad throw by Staubach. He kind of spiked that one a little bit. Went to look for a wide receiver screen there. So there were a lot of bodies around. Kind of short-armed that one a little bit. Emmitt tries to get to the outside. Nothing there. Mark Murphy comes up for the stop. It'll be 3rd and 10. Inside 8 minutes left in the first half. Staubach drops back. Steps up. Throws on the move. It's complete. 1st down. Good job by Staubach, who has just been so much better in the second half of this season. Cowboys offense could not get anything going throughout the first half of the year. First and 10 from the 34. Play action, fake to Smith. Staubach under pressure, hit as he throws. That one's going to go out of bounds. Staubach tastes the dirt. Takes the shot, but is able to get it away and avoid the sack. Second and 10. Stands in, dumps it out of the backfield. There's DeMarco Murray. Murray tries a stiff arm, but a good tackle there. Brings him down shy of the marker. It's 3rd and 2 from the 42. 8-yard pickup for Murray. Handoff. Smith. And a big tackle there and a big stop. Smith didn't get there. Brundage with the tackle. Brings him down shy of the marker. Newton had Brundage blocked. He's able to separate from him and make the stop on Smith. And maybe that can kind of jolt Washington into a little momentum here. Jet with the punt. Fielded at the 18. Out across the 25. Bobby Mitchell on the return. Gets it out to the 29. Riggins and Campbell having a little chat as they come onto the field. Don't really like Jason Campbell's body language there. He looks like a guy with no answers at the moment. Riggins up the middle, and Dallas is able to key on him. Campbell is going to have to show that he can do something. And George Allen is going to have to give him that opportunity. Can't just ask John Riggins to carry the ball 40 times and win this game for you, especially now that you're down 14. Motion before the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 15 now. Campbell rolls out to the right. Now throws complete. And now it's Riggins out of the backfield. So I think we've got the game plan for Washington here. Second catch for Riggins. It's only a pickup of 5, though. We'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Campbell stands in, trying to roll away from the pressure, and he's just going to have to throw this one away. First incompletion, actually, for Campbell. Of course, every other pass has been short. He's also been sacked 3 times in this first half, and Washington is going to have to punt again. Kelvin Martin calls for the fair catch back at the Dallas 23. Emmitt Smith 7 for 65 so far. This Cowboys offense doing well. So the Washington stand there, the big stop on the last drive, doesn't yield any momentum for the offense. Now here's Smith. Smith jukes one tackler. Good job by Emmitt out to about the 30. He'll spot it at the 29. Pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 as we get inside the 4-minute mark left here in the first half. Another handoff to Smith. Pulls his way towards the marker. They're going to say he's just short there. Not sure that's a good spot. It is if you're a Washington fan, though. 3rd and inches from the 33. They're actually going to pass it here. Look, out route on the left-hand side, complete. Staubach hits Irvin. Roger 10 of 15 for 149 and a score. Good start to this game for Staubach. Going to see if Washington challenges that. That looked a little questionable, but there is no challenge flag thrown. Handoff. Smith tries to get to the outside. Washington all over it. Smith jukes a couple of tacklers, but he's going to be forced out of bounds. It's a loss of 2. Emmitt had nowhere to go, visibly frustrated out on the sideline there. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 14-0 Dallas here. Final game of the regular season. Loser goes home. Winner has an opportunity to stay in the playoff, to make the playoffs, depending on some other matchups this week. Staubach hits Renzel. for the first down, but Renzel looks a little bit rattled. Getting up, he's hobbling off. First down, Joe Lavender on the stop. Down in the Washington 45. Staubach in the shotgun. Pass there, complete. Going down to the ground to reel it in is Irvin. Short little pickup of 7. Down to the 38. Chris Boniel kicking into a net on the Dallas sideline. Staubach senses the pressure, rolls out, takes a hit, but completes it. To Novacek for the first down. Staubach seems on his game today. Cowboys will let the clock keep running, coming down on a minute here in the half. Staubach pressure from the weak side, and this time they're going to get him. Rousseau with the sack, second sack for Washington here in the first half. And that's a big one, loss of 5. Dallas still does not take one of their timeouts. Staubach basically gets right up and gets them to the line, trying to preserve some clock. Preserve those timeouts a little bit. Complete to Irvin, fights his way for the first down, and he's going to get there, and now Dallas will burn one of those timeouts. So Staubach steps up and hits Irvin. Timeout call. 31 seconds left in the half. Dallas throwing a little more than usual in this one, but Staubach's playing well. Pass incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. 39-yard field goal from here. On deck for Chris Boniel. But that one will look better. Complete there. Staubach to Irvin again. Inside the 10, 1st and goal. They're going to have to hurry it up. Can they get another playoff, or they're going to have to settle for the field goal attempt, and they're not going to risk it. They're going to call the timeout. I got to think they're going to kick the field goal here. They could take a shot at the end zone and forego the field goal. But they're going to take the points. Boniel from 21 yards out. This should be a chippy. Kick is up. And good. So Boniel puts it through. And Dallas with a dominant first half effort. 2 seconds left on the clock. It's all Cowboys. 17-0. Turned out past the 20. Harris brought down, and that will take us into the tunnel for halftime. So it has been all Cowboys here. Hard to believe the way that middle season stretch went for Dallas. It looked like their season was done, but this NFC has been so mediocre. And to the Cowboys' credit, they have battled back again. They've won 3 of 4. After that 3-game losing streak. That's going to be a huge one in the playoff picture. Buccaneers and Panthers. Panthers 8-7-1, Bucs 9-7. On the AFC side, that Browns-Bengals game is going to have huge implications too. The Browns are in, but the Bengals have an opportunity to upset the apple cart a little bit there. The Colts trying to secure a playoff berth, while the Texans try to avoid the winless season. 0-16. What a win that would be for the Texans, as a win there would pretty much knock the Colts out of the postseason in the AFC. Big 64-yard strike from Staubach to Irvin sets up a touchdown for Dallas, who lead things 17-0 as we get ready to start the second half here in Washington. Cowboys will receive a huge defensive drive coming up here for Washington. Good coverage on the kickoff. Martin stopped at the 18. 10 carries, 72 yards for Emmitt Smith in the first half. Really hard to find a criticism of the Cowboys in that half. Again, Dallas, Tom Landry's offense throwing the ball a little bit more in this one than they have. Flag on the play. Pass is complete to Tony Hill. We're going to have to see what the flag is. And it's a roughing the passer call. So Dave Butts hits Staubach late. And Dallas is going to move up to the 43-yard line there. That's the kind of mistake that you just can't make if you're Washington. Not the way this game has gone. Staubach tries to get outside, but he's brought down. Daniels, his second sack of the game. Third sack for Washington brings Staubach down for a loss of 5. So Staubach has been hit hard on back-to-back plays to open up the second half. Handoff. Smith tries to get to the outside. To the 42. Pick up a 4. Wilburn comes up for the tackle. Third and 11. Staubach pass complete on a dime. Staubach to Hill down inside the Washington 30. Good protection. Staubach puts that one right in the seam for Tony Hill. The Cowboys suddenly look like the team we expected them to be throughout the season. Handoff. Smith, nothing is there. Down he goes. Back to the line of scrimmage, but that'll be it. It'll be 2nd and 10. Play action. Staubach passes again. That one misses the mark. Incomplete. 17 of 24 for 247 for Roger to this point. 3rd and 10 coming up from the Washington 30. Staubach drops. Out route. That's going to be wide of the mark. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down, and presumably Chris Boniel for a 47-yard field goal attempt. Snap, the kick. It is up and off the upright. So Boniel clangs it off the upright from 47. And now the Redskins have an opportunity. Good field position to start their first drive of the second half. Let's see what they do with it. Interesting to see if George Allen tries to adapt the play calling a bit. It has been run, run, run. And again, they're a run-heavy offense. That's gotten them to this point. That's fine. But you're down 17-0. You're going to have to trust Jason Campbell to try to make some plays for you at some point. Handoff to Riggins. Good cutback from Riggins. Out across the 45 to the 47. Just shy of the marker. 15 carries for 75 yards. To this point for Riggins, he's averaging 5 yards a carry. He's run it well. 2nd and inches for Washington. Riggins right up the middle. He's got the first down into Cowboys territory. Riggins running it hard. He and James having some words at the end of that one. Down to the Cowboys 46, 10.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Riggins again. Down inside the 40 to the 39, pickup of 7. Riggins checks out. Mike Thomas comes in. He'll get the carry. And he doesn't get much. First carry of the game. He only gets a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. Riggins checks back in. Handoff. Riggins pulls his way forward, but Too Tall Jones stands him up with Bob Lilly, and Riggins gets 1. He needed 2. 4th and 1 from the Cowboys 37. Hopkins has the leg to hit from 54. But you may not want to take a chance of giving up field position here. So the Washington has options, and they're going to go for it. Huge, huge play here for Washington. 4th and 1 from the Dallas 37. And now they pass, and it's incomplete. So they try to change it up, knowing that Dallas is going to anticipate the Riggins run. Instead, Campbell throws, looks for his favorite target, Bobby Mitchell. But the pass a little bit behind him. Good coverage there. And the Redskins are turned aside on downs. Dallas takes over from their 37. Washington had a chance to try to claim some momentum there. That chance has come and gone. 5-yard carry for Smith, brought down by Harvey. 2nd and 5 from the 41. I don't have a problem with Washington going for it in that situation. I do think you've got to trust Riggins to get you the yard there. They do have to pass more, I believe, given how this game has gone. I'm not sure that was the time to do it, though. But, it was a short slant. It's not like they tried to go down the field. Just didn't work. Oh, beautiful cut block. Harvey gets flipped. Pass is incomplete. But Ken Harvey gets taken out by Robert Newhouse. Sends Harvey airborne. Cowboys go 3 and out, though. Good job by the Washington defense. Fair catch is called by Mitchell. And Washington will take over from their own 14. 6:59 left in the third. It has been all Dallas to this point. 17-0 Cowboys here in Week 18. A must-win game for both of these teams. Both need help. Washington is in a more favorable position as far as tiebreakers would go. And those two NFC South matchups this week will have a huge impact in the playoff picture. Pass there complete, shy of the 20. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 19. It's Bermudo from that offensive line. Checked out, that looks like perhaps a hammy issue. 2 tight ends set here for Washington on 3rd and 4. But Campbell does drop. Looks down the right-hand side, incomplete. And it's going to be a 3 and out for Washington. So the punting unit comes on again, and the crowd here in Washington pretty silent right now. They have not had much to cheer about in this one. Fair catch called by Kelvin Martin at the Cowboys 41. Big game so far from Michael Irvin. 5 catches for 113. He had that big 64-yard reception that set up the Cowboys' second touchdown. Staubach changes things up at the line. Handoff. Smith tries to cut it back. A little bit of a counter there. Picks up 3. Brought down by Landry. It'll be 2nd and 7. Staubach drops. Swings it out to Smith in the flat. Open field tackle. Nicely done. Limits him to only a couple. 3rd and 5 from the 45. Wolkowitz. Good stop there. Staubach. Flushed out. Stands. Throws back. Complete. And there's a flag, I believe, on the play that may have gotten pocketed. The flag symbol kind of came up there and then was tucked away. Staubach spins left, throws right, hits Irvin. Yep, there is no call on the play. So 1st and 10, Dallas down to the Washington 39 as Staubach continues to play. One of his better games of the season. Handoff there, Ezekiel Elliott, his first carry of the game. Loses a yard. Harvey with the stop. It'll be 2nd and 11. Handoff. Smith looks for some space. Washington won't let him find it. 15 carries for 86 yards for Emmitt on the day. 3rd and 8 as we're down inside 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Now Smith leaves the backfield. Motion happens a little late there, and the Cowboys are going to get whistled for a delay of game. So that'll cost them 5 yards. Staubach looks like he's taking the blame for that. That'll push them back to the 42. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Still 3rd down.
Staubach in the gun. Pass complete. Tony Hill right down the seam. Complete down to the 23, and that's a terrible one for Washington to give up. Ran that similar play earlier. Hill had a catch like that on the right side. This time he slots to the left. And Staubach hits him again. First and 10, Dallas. Handoff to DeMarco Murray. Murray finds a gap, and he's got first down yardage and more. Touchdown, DeMarco Murray. Murray runs it in, and the route is on here in Washington. DeMarco Murray gets an opportunity to carry. Emmitt gets a break, and I don't think anybody ever even got a hand on him. Murray goes in for the score, and Dallas has blown this one open. 1:54 left in the third quarter. Bonio coming on for the extra point. It is up and good, and it is 24-0 Dallas. 7 plays, 64 yards in 4:11. So after stopping Washington on the 4th and 1, Dallas comes down the field, turns it into 7 points of their own. Things are not looking good for Washington. Out across the 20 to the 23. Washington was not expected to even be in this position coming into this season. Their initial draw, again, if you're unfamiliar with the Franchise Stars Football League concept here, each franchise has a 130-player master pool. 50 players from that list were chosen at random to be their roster for year one. The remaining 80 guys will all come in future rookie drafts. So a lot of things, kind of for year one particularly, depended on what kind of a draw you got from your pool. The Redskins, obviously a terrific history, loads of talented players, but their overall pool, they did not get a great draw for year one. Jason Campbell as their starting quarterback over guys like Theismann and Jurgensen, even somebody like Mark Rippon, that kind of thing. So Washington, they only have one of the hogs. I think Russ Grimm is the only the only hog they have on the offensive line. So Washington certainly has more talent coming in the pipeline down the line. But the Cowboys had an excellent draw. The Eagles had a very good draw. So Washington wasn't really expected to contend this year. So that they're even in this position has been a testament to their efforts, particularly the play of Campbell, who surprised. He was outstanding over the first half of the year. As we head to the fourth quarter here, Washington trying to get something going. Campbell has come down to earth a little bit in the second half of the season. Stands in there, dumps it to Riggins out of the backfield. Short pick up there. Campbell has only thrown the ball 9 times, 6 of 9 for 41 yards. They don't have a choice now. He's going to have to throw it. Back stands in, pass there, well off the mark, incomplete. That almost looked like he saw the short receiver. I believe that was Cooley. And then saw, I believe that might have been Santana Moss down the field. Realized he might have had a shot at him. And he kind of got stuck in between, and that's why the throw ended up between the two of them. They give it to Riggins on the 4th and 3, and Riggins gets the first down. Russell Maryland checking out for the Cowboys. He's going down the tunnel. Hate to see that. First and 10, Washington into Dallas territory to the 46. Campbell stands in. Pressure from the weak side, throws it away. Both quarterbacks were sacked. I think Campbell was sacked 3 times. Staubach was sacked twice in the first half. Neither has been sacked here in the second half. I think Staubach might have gotten sacked once, actually, right at the start of it. Dumps it off there. Again, it's a short one to Riggins. 3rd and 5 from the 41. 4th catch of the game for Riggins. Flag there. And it's a false start on Washington. Nothing going the Redskins' way in this one. Now it's 3rd and 10. From the Dallas 46. Drops back. Campbell. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. George Andre gets to him. And it's 4th and 10 for Washington. Obviously in a position where they need to go for it. Campbell drops. Looking. Still looking for somebody to get open. Pass tipped away, incomplete. And the Cowboys will take over on downs again. Looked like that was Terrence Newman getting in there to put a hand on it and knock it away. So now if you're Dallas, you just want to control the ball and let the clock tick away on Washington's season. Again, it's a must-win game, but a win here does not clinch anything for Dallas. Their playoff hopes still hinge on other results. What happens in the Saints-Falcons game, what happens in the Buccaneers-Panthers game, as well as what happens as the Giants play the Eagles. You know, the Eagles have nothing to play for in that one. The Eagles have clinched the second seed. They can't move up. They can't move down. So they are locked into where they are. So the Eagles have every reason to sit some of their starters in that game. Giants will have no problem with them doing. 3rd and inches, but a false start pushes Dallas back 5 yards. 3rd and 5 from the Washington 49. Staubach pass complete there. His favorite safety valve, Jay Novacek, with the catch down to the 41. 4th catch of the game for Novacek. 1st down. Brought down by Chris Hanburger, the terrific Washington linebacker. He has led this Washington defense throughout the season. Emmitt Smith with the carry. Picks up 3. He's a yard shy of 100 on the day. 2nd and 7. Smith up the middle, pops off of a tackle, gets the 1st down, down inside the 30, and that'll do it. 12-yard pickup for Emmitt. Down to the Washington 26, and boos starting to rain down from the crowd here in Washington. You understand their frustration, but again, they've got to remember this team was not predicted to be in the picture here in the final week of the season. Novacek makes the catch again, just shy of the 1st down marker. They didn't see the Cowboys passing offense, and again, that's not always a perfect gauge, but that's actually fairly fair. Cowboys ranked 20th in the year in passing offense. We talked about their offense did not really click in the first half of the season. And the better they've been able to get, one thing, get their offensive line healthy, but the better they've been able to get Emmitt Smith running the ball, the better Staubach has played at quarterback. Handoff Emmitt up the middle. Jukes a tackler in for the score. Emmitt Smith. And I'll tell you, if the Cowboys manage to get into the postseason, nobody is going to want to face this team. They are looking strong right now. This recent run, they did have the hiccup against the Dolphins that frankly I thought was going to end their season. But assuming a victory here, now at 30-0 in the 4th, Dallas will have won 4 of 5 down the stretch. Emmitt Smith is running great. Staubach is throwing great in this Dallas defense, which had been prone to giving up the big play for much of the season, has tightened that up a bit. That win over the Eagles really kind of jump-started things after the 3-game losing streak earlier on. 31-0 Cowboys. A disheartening result here for Washington again, with such a positive surprise season overall for Washington. This is a rough way to see them go out. 2nd and inches from the 30. Campbell drops back. Looks to the near side. Caught along the sideline. It's complete. Mitchell with the reception. Out of bounds at the 49. That's only the 2nd catch for Mitchell. His 1st was on the opening drive of the game. And obviously they've shuffled guys around, but that's a big performance out of Terrence Newman. Again, part of it is also just because the Redskins' offense has not thrown the ball that much in this one. But Newman, who we have seen get torched in multiple games here on the channel during the season, has done a fine job on Bobby Mitchell today. Incomplete there, 2nd and 10. 7:20 remaining. Campbell drops back. Swings incomplete. Intended for Riggins. Drops back. Dumped off. Not too much there. Riggins with the catch, and George Stark looked like he got rolled up on there. He's going to check out of this one. Tackled by Howell. So 4th and 10 for Washington. Campbell drops. Rolls left, hit as he throws, incomplete. 10 of 20 for 75 yards, and it's George Andry who gets to Campbell again. Andry has gotten a couple of shots on him. Corrals him there. Emmitt Smith, 128 yards on the ground with the touchdown run on the last drive. To their credit, looks like most of the fans are still here. This Commanders / Redskins / whatever you want to call them squad certainly deserves that, given the season that they've had here. This is going to be a bitter pill to swallow. Again, Washington has such a good record in the conference. They've been 7-4 in the conference. So they were in a very favorable position in terms of tiebreakers with other teams that could end up at 9-8. Were they able to win this game? The odds are they would have made the playoffs had they been able to get the victory here. Dallas needs a little bit more help than that. Dallas is not in quite as favorable a tiebreaker position. 2nd and 2 as we get to 5 minutes left in the game. Novacek, little tight end out route, 1st down. A little surprised to see the Cowboys still throwing the ball. Not that they're taking shots down the field, but again, another quick little slant. And that ball's coughed up. Dallas over cover. Irvin takes a shot and loses it. But it was fallen on. I think that might have been Bjornsson who fell on it. 7 catches for 137 from Michael Irvin. Dumped off there to Novacek. Seven catches, 70 yards. Lean on the stop. And again, play action. I'm not sure. And now Staubach's going to scramble, hit the deck at the 8. Down to 3rd and 4. Point differential isn't really going to matter. I mean, unless you go down like the 5th or 6th tiebreaker. But that's the only reason that really would make any sense for Dallas to be still throwing the ball at this point. Staubach out to Tony Hill by the marker. He's short of the marker. 4th catch of the game for Hill. It'll be 4th and inches. Brought down by Lavender. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So post-game, be interesting to ask Landry why Dallas is still throwing the ball there. It's not like they're taking deep shots down the field and trying to embarrass them. They're just running short little slants and stuff, but still throwing the ball there. Not really much sense in that. O'Neal with the field goal. It is up and good as he hits the chip shot. And the blowout rolls on. 34-0 Cowboys. Again, this Dallas team, nobody is going to want to play them the way they look right now. Ricky Harris out across the 25 to the 27. This game should not be a reflection on the impressive season that young man has had, Jason Campbell. And thought Washington not get a great draw for year one. Campbell at the helm. How good could they possibly be? Campbell, particularly in the first half of the season, was excellent. Nice athletic play there. Under the pressure, whirls and throws. Somewhat blindly, but it looks good because it works. Cooley reels it in, just shy of the marker. Roy Williams brings him down. It's 2nd and inches. Campbell drops. He's going to air it down the right-hand side. Good coverage there. Tipped away. Cornell Green in lockdown mode over there. 3rd and inches now for Washington. Their season ticks away. Campbell steps up, throws, incomplete. Mitchell lays out for it, but can't come up with it. 4th and inches now. And Washington, recognizing the situation, they're going to punt this one away. Elvin Martin calls the fair catch. So they have the 3 timeouts. Kind of be silly for them to take any of them here. Got to think Dallas is just going to take the knee here, go into the victory formation and pack it in. They won't take the knee. It's a handoff to Emmitt. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Again, a little Madden clock management that doesn't really make a heck of a lot of sense. Just take the knee here. It's clear from the punt that Washington's not going to try to stop the clock. Give it to Emmitt again. And that will run things out. So a dominant performance for the Cowboys, who now will go into the locker room and scoreboard watch. Washington's season comes to a close. A frustrating end to a promising season for Washington. Very frustrated George Allen there. But Dallas, left for dead midway through the season as one of the most disappointing teams in the league, stay alive. And now their result, their future, here in year 1 of the FSFL. On other results throughout the week. We'll check out the stats here for this one quickly. Dallas almost 500 yards of offense, pretty much every arrow on the Cowboys side of things. 26 first downs to 9. Tells you the story of the game. No turnovers. Time of possession gap of 10 minutes. 5 of 6 in the red zone. That will get it done. Staubach 27 of 36 for 326 and a score. Campbell only 11 of 23 for 85 yards on the day. Smith runs for 140. John Riggins, a terrific game for Washington, 23 for 120. Riggins got the bulk of the load. It was kind of asked to carry Washington there, but Dallas putting Washington in a hole made that much more difficult. Irvin and Novacek each 7 catches. Irvin 137. Big 64-yard strike that set up the Cowboys' second touchdown. It was kind of the dagger that kind of set up blowing this game open. Novacek 7 for 70 on the day. Riggins was actually the leading receiver for Washington with 5 catches. Lets you know how that's a big sign of how that game went. Chuck Howley led the defense with 13 tackles. Barry Wilburn had 10 for Washington. Sacks, Philip Daniels had a pair. Greg Rousseau had a sack as well for Washington. They had 3 sacks on the day, as did Dallas, although there's an extra half a sack floating around there somewhere. Howley with a sack and a half. I think Howley only had 1 sack. I think he got an extra. There was the sack that James and Jones had early on, and somehow Howley, I guess, was in on that. He got a half a sack credit on that, too. I think that's incorrect. Howley had a sack, Andrew had a sack, and then Jones and James shared a sack for the Cowboys. No interceptions, again, no turnovers. So, that'll do it from Washington. The Cowboys, a dominant performance to cap the season, and now they sit and wait. Next game, again, I don't want to sim games, but also broadcasting every game of this final week would just take forever. So we're going to do kind of games in the order of relevance that would clear up the picture. And then if there's games that aren't going to mean anything, eventually then we'll just kind of go and sim those and get into the playoffs. But games that do matter, the 2 NFC South matchups both matter for the playoff picture. Buccaneers and Panthers, Falcons and Saints. The Buccaneers-Panthers game is probably the next one that I'll do, because that game is very intriguing and has huge implications. On the AFC side, so much of the AFC is still in confusion as well. So we're going to definitely do the Patriots-Jets game because that one matters. Although actually the Patriots are in pretty good position for tiebreaker, so we may wait on that one. The Bengals game means a lot. Bengals and the Browns. The Browns have clinched, but the Bengals at 8-8. If the Bengals get to 9 wins, that complicates things in the AFC a lot. So probably the next 2 games we'll do Bucks Panthers and we'll do Browns Bengals, and then we might have a little bit of clarity as to a few things going on. But basically, we're only going to broadcast games if they end up meaning a team getting into the playoffs. So I'm kind of structure it that way, and we'll see how long Week 18 takes before we get into the postseason. Greatly appreciate you all tuning in as always. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If I don't do another stream here in over the next day or two, unlikely I would do a Christmas stream. I guess I could theoretically do one late because everybody will be tired and in bed, whatever. But we'll see. But the point is, enjoy your holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, etc. to all. And thank you again for your terrific support here of the Legend Sports universe. I have a great deal of fun doing this, and you guys make it that way. So hugely appreciative. Be good to each other, guys. We'll talk soon. The Cowboys end the Redskins season in Washington with a rout, 34-0.